The US president and the Republican governor of Florida have set aside their differences to survey the devastation caused by Hurricane Ian. Joe Biden and Ron DeSantis, a potential challenger in the 2024 election, met residents of Fort Myers. It's a rare show of unity for two men who have attacked each other publicly over issues like immigration, vaccine mandates and climate change, which Biden blames for Florida's increasingly intense hurricanes. And more than 100 people were killed by the Category 4 storm that hit Florida last week. And Biden has vowed to deliver long-term federal aid during his visit.
I directed the Small Business Administration to speed up the processing of low-interest disaster loans that can provide up to $2 million for small businesses and nonprofits, and additional money for lost income, and $200,000 for homeowners to close the gap between what insurance won't cover and what their needs are. And that's in around 1.5% interest rate.
Well, let's get more on this and join Steve Malavé from Tampa Bay in Florida. Steve, I suppose seeing Joe Biden setting aside his feud with a man he's been opposed to on so many issues, Ron DeSantis, a potential rival in the 2024 election, just puts the devastation in Florida into some sort of perspective.
Absolutely. The idea that you had two polar opposite politicians are coming together for the common good to help the situation down in Fort Myers, that is something that needed to happen. Absolutely.
And I see some of the comments from Joe Biden, one of them being, essentially we're going to deliver help, deliver aid, financial packages, and we're not leaving till it's done, I think were his words. So will that reassure the residents of those hardest hit areas?
Well, that definitely is a good word, a word of hope and optimism for those people who've suffered tremendously, the loss of their properties. And unfortunately, as you mentioned, we had a tremendous loss of life in this area. It's a similar message that he gave down in Puerto Rico yesterday, in southern Puerto Rico, in the town of Ponce, when he basically said, hey, we're here for the long haul. We're going to fix the infrastructure in Puerto Rico. And he promised to do the same thing here in Southwest Florida.
And just bring us up to date, Steve, on the latest regarding that rescue operation, the clear-up operation and the search for survivors.
Yes, well, in fact, there were about, between federal workers and contractors, and there were at least 4,000 people going door to door to about 70,000 homes looking for people, hopefully still alive. Unfortunately, we've been seeing the death toll rise, and it's feared that that is going to go higher. Right now, we have about 109 lives that were lost in this tragedy from Hurricane Ian.
Steve, thank you very much indeed for bringing us up to date. Steve Malavé there in Tampa in Florida.